Hello and welcome to my championship week mini pod. Just gonna do a one-man thing here, just fuck around in solitaire, I guess. Just talk about my season. I mean, what better thing to talk about than how my season went? It was a pretty good season. I mean, it started out we signed 3 goaltenders because there was a chance that maybe there would be some moves at the deadline, and I would maybe be called up and play for the big boys, Edmonton Blizzard, instead of the Scarecrows. But that didn't end up happening. But Joe wanted to kind of play the guys, make them not feel left out. So I didn't get as many starts or wins as probably should have. I mean, I started out pretty hot, and then I got benched for a bit, and then it just wasn't as good after that. So it kind of, it happens, but it still was a good season. We got in the playoffs because everyone does, so it didn't really matter how much we won. And then we had a really good first round. We swept the fucking Knights, so suck it, Carl. And then we faced Vancouver, and of course, past playoff demons, they spanked us in the finals to win the cup one year. We got them back with the reverse sweep last year and went on to win it all, which was really cool. And then this year, a good 6 or 5 games, wasn't too close. We got them pretty good, had them on the ropes, and we won it out there. So we found ourselves in the finals facing Detroit, and I'd probably consider Vancouver more of a rival than Detroit, to be honest, just because Vancouver actually beat us and Detroit hasn't. So I wasn't too scared. I mean, they did make a series out of it, pushed us to 6 after we went up 3-1. But I don't know. We're a good squad. Joe built a really good squad. I had a pretty good playoffs. I mean, nothing crazy amazing. Probably not going to win any awards for it, but it was decent. I let in less goals than the other guy, and that's all you can hope for when you make a goalie. So I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, back-to-back champs. Now I get to be in the interesting situation here, which, has caused a little bit of drama in my SHL career, but what's a career without a little bit of drama? So, I was drafted to Edmonton, and I was really grateful that they drafted me, even if it was, kind of low. But I was happy being there. I loved the LR. I loved all the people. I made a lot of friends. I tried to be a huge part of the locker room. And when Ace was GM, he kind of promised me that I would be the the future starter. They had McFadden in net. He was regressing. He's still a great goalie, but it wasn't going to be too long before I passed him in TPE there. So I was feeling pretty confident that I could earn enough to be the starter pretty soon. Probably at this point, season 46, probably be up there if all went according to plan. But he traded for Tuck before he left, which is great, but Tuck isn't exactly regressing. He's probably reaching his prime right about now. And, he doesn't buy equipment or that much kind of stuff, so he's not the highest CP, but he's still a really good goalie, and he works with the defense, so that was kind of a thing that was kind of an obstacle for me getting into the SHL. So I knew they'd have to deal with it at some point. It was going to be a little awkward and a tough decision, and they put it off pretty long, but in the end, they decided to go with the win now mode, and it worked for them. They won the cup, which is great, but I couldn't help to feel a little like I gave it all for the team, and then they kind of left me, literally exposed in the expansion draft. They didn't even trade me or get anything back, so that's kind of sad. It made me feel underappreciated on the team, but they're making a move they think is smart. In the end, I think I'm gonna be the better goalie. I'm trying to get way over 1500 TPE. I'm earning at a good rate, so it shouldn't be too hard. I mean, goalies are dropping like flies in my class. We got Robinson used to be miles ahead, but I passed him. Verana just retired. You know, Leitner is doing all right. He's not quite where I am, so it's been rough being drafted that low, getting all this TPE, and then you're being let go for nothing. But I am excited about the future, and I will be a starter next season no matter what. So that is really nice. Finally get my chance. I went off on 2 cups, winning the championship, and I contributed to a President's Trophy winning season in Edmonton. I only played 6 games, but I went 3-1-2, so that's 8 points, you know. Helps out. Every bit helps out. So I feel like I did my part. I did what I was supposed to do. I won all 6 games last season, but you can't always ask for that. They played me against better teams this season, I think, but it's going to be rough saying goodbye, and I wish them the best, but they're losing a lot of big pieces, and they're getting regressed pretty hard. I mean, Obese's player and Carl's player retired. They'll get Carl back, but I don't know about Obese. It's a good draft, so they should be able to restock, but Cuddles is being regressed. I forgot who else this season, 36. They're losing. They traded Evok and Maj. Those are 2 big, first-line players for them, so that's going to hurt in the long run. It'll give Tony Pepperoni a little more ice time, but I don't know if they'll be able to eke out that President's Trophy again. We'll see. I mean, they could prove everyone wrong. And then they traded for Nick, but I don't think they talked to him before that, and I don't think that's exactly where he wants to go. I mean, I'm sure there was a point where he would love to go to Edmonton and hang out with me, but it's kind of not that situation anymore. So if they were, they tried a ballsy move, I don't think it's going to pay off. I think he's going to walk as a UFA or whatever, but they are protecting him now in the expansion draft, so that's kind of funny. So, it'll be interesting to see where everyone ends up. I think it'll be a huge free agency and a really exciting time for the league. So I'm happy about our season. It went out on a good note. It'll be a really fun draft, and the expansion draft adds some excitement. And I can't wait for next season where I get to unbank and prove that I can be a starter. Thanks for listening, and let's fucking get that 4 TPE, bud. Thank you.